Hello, it's Richard C. Wilson. I want to do a Monday mandate update. I want this one to be a bit different. I don't want to talk about the exact mandates my investors would like. We have 2,000 investors in the Family Office Club. We have 208 that are signed up through our investor portal called privateequity.com. We've closed on 15.8 million of deals this year. We have 5.7 million pending. I think we'll get to probably 30 million for the year. I want to do this update on what are the attributes that allow us to get a deal done. Here are some different deals we're working on now and why we are attracted to them, so you can just see why the model attracted us, not the exact industry and not just a relationship with someone. It's really their very smart model. So one deal that we show people is a real estate deal, no management fees, no performance fees. They just take equity up front and put their own money in a real estate deal, take a little equity bump, and then they syndicate it. So it's a very lean fee structure for my investors. Another private equity group, they're like a private equity fund. They buy companies at 3 million plus EBITDA. They've done that 14 times, but they don't charge private equity fund management fees or performance fees. They're a private equity company that's doing acquisitions. So that's unique. They're critical size. They've got momentum. That's one of the groups we're showing our clients. Another one is a chain of 5 dental clinics. With this one, what attracted us is our growth rate. In just 3 years, they have 5 locations. They're going to be at 8 locations, maybe 9 by the end of this year. I think they'll grow to 25 because the co-founder grew a platform to 25 locations before. That one is interesting because we can do a gross revenue royalty, and we're going to start out probably recapping some old investors they have on one of their existing dental clinics. So the new investor is going to come in, get a royalty until they get 1.5, 2 times their money back. And then the old investor is going to be getting their money off the table. And when the royalty investor gets a good return, then their equity slot goes down. So it's good for everyone. The royalty investor gets a great return, a little bit of upside. The owner of the dental clinic gets to bring some equity back to the mothership, because once the royalty person gets double their money, their position goes down. And it's good for the person getting recapped because they were just in there for a couple of years and they're going to get a nice ROI on their investment. That's an example of the type of thinking we like. We have a 4.5 million a year healthcare subscription company. The CEO has agreed to do a gross revenue royalty. We're just getting the data room and due diligence done on that. They don't do any advertising or marketing, and they're growing organically each year. And they've got a hot new product that's growing. And because there's such a high percentage subscription base that didn't find through the pandemic, they're basically flat. But they had grown over the last 10 years to where they are now. I think they have great potential for the future. So with them, instead of spinning off the new hot, exciting product, I said, keep it all together, because my investors would rather structure this as a royalty again that gets them income, and they have the upside on the new exciting area, but they're also getting their cash off the table to recycle it into the next deal so that their cash lives another day and isn't stuck inside something for a decade until someone does or does not, have an exit. We're also working on acquiring a piece of intellectual property for the Family Office Club. And it's going to really propel us forward within one of the sub niches of the investment industry. And that should close June 30th. If not, hopefully by 4th of July, but June 30th is what we're driving towards. And are very excited about that. It's the biggest investment in a single asset that Family Office Club has made in 13 years. Hopefully there'll be an announcement of that, around the 4th of July, about that coming out, or the launch at July 15th once we acquire that. So definitely excited about that. Also, the last thing I wanted to mention is that we also found a consumer products company that manufactures its type of consumer product. It's not a typical restaurant type retail product, but they do have retail locations. They have 14 of them, some of them through franchises. And then they have a manufacturing business that manufactures the type of product sold at those retail locations. So they can make money at the manufacturing level, selling to other restaurant or retail locations. They can sell to their own 14, and 8 of those are corporate, 6 of them are franchisees. And as they onboard more master franchisees and they get to 100 locations, their profits are going to go from 3 million EBITDA to most likely 10, 15, 20 million EBITDA. So none of these companies are open for a solicitation or sale. I'm not accepting capital for any of these opportunities. They're all either on due diligence or they're already closed. And I left them opaque on purpose because I don't want you to go out and figure out who it is or disclose too much. But that's exactly the type of ideas that we're looking for. Something that makes you lean forward and say, oh, okay, they're not just this business. They also have this other components they can grow exponentially. Or, oh, they have a great team and great strategy, but also their fees turn out to be about 1/3 of the normal fee structure. And they're just taking the long-term greedy approach, not the short-term greedy approach. Or, oh, they're doing this strategy, and if a dental clinic's doing 1.8 million in revenue and you get a royalty off that, it's very unlikely that their best dental clinic out of the 5 is going to go from 1.8 million a year to nothing when it's growing month over month and they have payment plan subscriptions coming in from their customer base. So those are the types of ideas we like. Hope that helps make it more clear what we're looking for, what we find unique. We don't like anything average, commoditized, boring, mediocre. Looks like everyone on planet Earth. We don't like working with anyone that's too highly stressed out, rushed, rude, not professional. It should go without saying, but we like to work with relatively conservative people that are medium to long-term minded and do the right thing at every turn as much as they can. And we're excited to be sourcing more deals from Family Office Club members and from our weekly virtual investor discussion panels, our daily Zoom investor interviews, our member spotlights where you get to meet some of our members. And if you have any questions about the Family Office Club, shoot an email to our team. It's just clients@familyoffices.com. This is Richard Wilson, and I hope to see you inside the member portal shortly. Take care.